Yeah, I mean, I hit the golf ball really high, so it's always been a bit of
Yeah.
not an issue, but it definitely is helpful in certain situations. But out here in the wind this week, I've got to learn to not learn, but just keep the ball under the wind a little bit more, keep it lower flighted. Most people try to see it through windows, and I do too, but not that specific. It's more of if I take it back to a certain distance and go through, it'll come out with a certain launch just based on the loft. And so I'm really focused on accomplishing that task of just swinging the way I want to swing. And the results will speak for themselves, hopefully. So for me, it's going to be about controlling that height through just length of backstroke for me this week. And it's going to be tough. It's always tough, right to left into the wind, left to right into the wind, and down. It's very diabolical, and just trying to keep it low and underneath the wind is key for me this week.
Mike, 4 in the back here.
Bryson, I'm wondering now with a little bit of hindsight, how maybe your feelings during your 2 major wins were different or different.
Well, there's a crowd in 2024, and that was fun. I think they were just different in their own right. 2020 was a bit of showing that I could do it, and obviously not winning a major, it's difficult to get that first win. First major championship win, but then the second one was more of, for me personally, it was more cementing my own comfort levels of I know I can do it again and again, and I can give myself more runs at numerous majors, and obviously I've played well in a lot of the majors this year, but I pulled it all together, for the U.S. Open, and so just giving myself that comfort and knowing that I can do it pretty much with any type of game I have is really cool.
Number 3 in the front here, please.
Hi, Bryson. It's pretty clear from the article in Golf Week that your relationship with Mike Shire's sort of hit a bit of an impasse. Is that relationship, is it irretrievable now, or is it distracting as well, all that stuff going on?
Well, look, it's an unfortunate situation. I've loved that man for all of my life, and it's a private matter that went public, unfortunately. We tried to figure it out and make it make sense for everyone, and it just didn't come out that way. And I've said all I've said in the Golf Week article. And to be honest, I'm moving on and looking forward to a great tournament this week, and not going to have any of that in the rearview mirror. History is history, and things will work themselves out. They always do.
Number 1 on the left here, please.
Rogers, in the last 12 months, there seems to be a big kind of shift in the perception of you. What do you think that is down to? Is that down to you being more open on YouTube and stuff like that? And did it hurt you in the past when maybe people saw you more negatively?
Oh, well, I think I've always been who I've been. I've definitely matured a lot. It's been a growing process for me over the course of time, and YouTube has massively helped. I can tell you that. And being able to just release the emotions in the way that I know I can. When I was a kid, I was super emotional, obviously, but I got frustrated on the golf course. I got really excited on the golf course. And then when I got out on tour, it was like everybody had to, hey, no, come on, just be in control. Control yourself. And there were times where I got frustrated, but also times where I realized, hey, no, I should be expressing my emotions, because that's me. I don't want to be someone that I'm not. And just really defining that and refining that into a place where it is today has just been a lot of work in progress. And it's just taken time for me to have a better, bigger perspective on life. And also having a platform where I can showcase that and refine it to a really cool level and give people some great entertainment.
But did it bother you in the past when people probably seen you negatively, and did it?
It wasn't like you could say it's bothered, but it was more of like, dang, disappointed that people don't see who I am. And it's cool to get people to see who I am now. And I'm just going to keep entertaining and showcasing to the fans what this great game is all about.
Bob in the front, please.
Hey, Bryson, do you enjoy this kind of golf? Like, have you learned to embrace links golf? And is your length at all a problem? Trying to figure out, where to dial in drivers when the ball rolls out so far.
Yeah, it could be a difficult challenge. I wouldn't say it's a problem, it's a challenge. I think that's what's so great about links golf and Open Championship, and what it provides is a different test and different, a different test to try and figure out and get an A on, I guess you could say. For me, I played well at Royal Lytham St. Anne's when it was firm and fast at the Walker Cup. Played well at St. Andrews, played well at a few other places. But it's always been a difficult test for me just because I wasn't great at putting early on in my career, and gotten a little bit better, and my wedge game's gotten better. I've learned to flight the ball a little bit. So slowly it's getting there. I think just a couple more reps and shoot, if I play well this week, I think I can give myself a good chance, obviously. That's all I'm focused on, but I just think over the course of time I'm going to get more and more comfortable with this golf course.
Mike, 3 in the middle here.
Hi, Bryson. Obviously, you've had a great year in the majors so far. I'm just wondering, where are your confidence levels at heading into the Open compared to previous years coming over here?
Yeah, very confident, obviously. It all depends on if I'm striking it well. You know, I can come in here with the most confidence, obviously, off of a major championship win. Played decent last week as well, but really what matters is if I can continue to drive the ball as well as I have, and ball strike my irons the way I know I can, and putt the way I can. If I do those 3 things well, even 4 things with chipping and bunker play on the greens, I think I'll give myself a good chance. I know how to get the job done. It's just a matter of if I'm as consistent as I was at the U.S. Open last week and a few other venues as well. If I can play the golf that I have been, I think I'll give myself a great chance.
Number 2 on the left here, please.
Hey, Bryson. Your U.S. Open win really resonated with the fans at Pinehurst. I'm wondering if you could envision a similar situation if you win Sunday here.
Oh, for sure. It would be awesome to let everybody touch the claret jug. That'd be a dream come true. But I gotta get the job done first. I can't think too far ahead, and I've got to focus on executing the shots under the right conditions, and just take account of everything that's going on and stay in the moment and execute the right shot. I mean, that's the most important thing this week, is giving yourself the best chance, is taking into account the wind, the rain, the slopes, the bounces, the greens, and just making sure that you're doing the right thing in that moment, because it's so variable all day long. The wind's just shifting and moving and gusting, and so just making sure you're hitting that right shot at the right moment is key.
Number 1 on the far left, please.
Hey, Bryson. I know you've only played 9 holes here, but I'm assuming you are formulating a game plan. Do you anticipate driver being taken out of your hand here on this course, maybe more than normal?
I think there's a few holes. 11 is a great example. Just get that one in the fairway. It's a very difficult hole. But if the wind picks up, it may be driver. There are times where it has to be driver. You can't hit, 3-wood or 5-wood. It's just too short. I could hit a 3-wood, and if it's 15, 20 miles an hour into the wind, it could go 250 yards, 240 yards, depending on the height. And if it's raining too, that plays a big factor as well. So there are times where you may be forced to hit driver, and you just gotta suck it up and hit a good drive. For the most part, I hope it doesn't take too much out of the bag, but I'm good with my irons too, and it's going to be a fun and interesting challenge this week.
Jeff in the back, please.
Bryson, just following up on the golf course, does it fit your eye, and how important is that to you? I know you get very into your numbers, but how important is it you get out there on the golf course and look at tee shots and get comfortable with the visual?
It's very important, being out there and getting comfortable with the lines, making sure that Jibo is giving me good information on left edge of fairway, right edge of fairway with this club and whatnot is key, especially when you have blind shots. It can be very interesting. 10's a great example. I got up there, this is my first tee shot of this week, and I was like, whoa, where do I go? But it's over the left center of that bunker, and hitting it up there and getting a good feel and being comfortable with the visuals is one of the most important things. Even as being technical as I am, I still need to see and feel things as much as possible. So it's important.